Cheerleaders, and you're watching the Rundown.
And we thank the West Mesa Cheerleaders for kicking us off tonight, and thank you for joining us for week 4 of high school football here on the Rundown.
Ron, we're already 4 weeks into the season, and many games tonight could impact playoff spots with class divisions. One of those matchups is in Class 5A. We'll hear from both coaches on why one believes their confidence continues to build and why the other feels their team has been disrespected.
Also, a notable sports team leader taking the soccer pitch to help during a referee shortage. We'll tell you who it is and the impact he's having.
And later, we all know sports involves physical strength, but there's now a push to build strength within the mind. We'll hear from one expert on how younger athletes can accomplish this.
But first, we stay in the Metro as two teams who know each other very well faced off.
The West Mesa Mustangs starting off their season with a 2-0 start, the first time since the 2020 to 2021 season. Tonight, they welcome the Volcano Vista Hawks. Community Stadium we go. Slow start offensively for both of these teams, but near pick here by the Volcano Vista defense. But this one called back, and it was a penalty-ridden first half. Still scoreless second quarter now. It's Marcus Ochoa comes up with this one for the Mustangs. What a catch. Very next drive, handoff number 22, and it's Jamari Phillips Woods in for 6, and West Mesa goes up 7-0. Just 2 minutes left in the first half now, and D'Angelo Mitchell, I'll tell you, who's instrumental in this drive for Volcano. He caps it off by finding the end zone. Tied 7-7 at the half, but it's the Hawks who shut out the Mustangs in the second half of play. Final score 28-7. Volcano Vista picks up another win.
Natalie, let's go to Wilson Stadium now. La Cueva taking on Sandia. Now the Bears coming off a bye week after their miraculous rally to beat Arizona high school team Pinnacle, while the Matadors coming off a win against Cibola. And La Cueva starts off with a bang. This the first play after returning the game opening punt. Cheeto Lambrera III taking the pass from Cameron Dyer, and he is off to the races. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown Bears, just like that. And Dyer, the QB, continuing to spread the ball on offense. Watch the perfect product placement here. And on the second drive, he drops it right into Jaden Parsons, who is dragged out of bounds at the 10-yard line. And from there, it's Lambrera III getting the call again. Around the far side, he bounces it to the left end and goes in untouched. His second TD of the game extends the Bears' lead. Meanwhile, Sandia struggling to make plays. This, though, a nice return on the kickoff. It's Michael Garcia finding a seam. He brings it back to his own 40 before he's tripped up and brought down. Not enough plays, not enough big plays of consequence for Sandia in this one because Dyer and company go to work. They get busy as La Cueva makes the big plays that matters. They finish first quarter with a third touchdown. That one to Isaiah Goree. Bears beat the Matadors 42-19.
Switching fields now, Ron, to Milne Stadium. The Capital Jaguars taking on the Del Norte Knights. Both teams coming into tonight hoping to get their first win of the season. The Knights defense playing strong after the Jaguars built up a 27-point lead, breaking through the offensive line and sacking Capital quarterback Devin Montano 2 plays in a row. What a series by the Knights defense, right? Next, it's Del Norte wide receiver, Xavier Lynchois showing off on special teams. He'll receive the punt at the 44-yard line. Stiff arm a defender, make a move outside, eventually running out of bounds, but gets a nice gain. Knights getting good field positioning from Lynchois here. Very next play, guess who? Bet you can't. Lynchois again, getting the ball in a handoff as Jaguars defense break through the offensive line, giving him daylight. He's running the ball along the right side of the field to the 15-yard line. Sadly, the flag comes out. Knights have to go back 15 yards. But on the same drive, Lynchois getting the ball a third time in a row, making a great catch around the 15-yard line to finish off the second quarter with the Knights' first touchdown of the game. He had quite a game himself. But despite that late run by the Knights, Jaguars would take this one 55-11.
Moving now to the Field of Dreams, the Rio Rancho Rams visiting the Centennial Hawks. I want to start with the Rams. How about that? J.J. Ariano looking for and finding Parker Miller, and that's a score. Rams striking. They go up early. The Hawks looking to respond. A little trickery by the offense. The reverse handoff to Omar Sanchez, and he would take this one. I think he's going all the way, Natalie. Running right at you. Hey, Omar. All the way for the score. And the Hawks in good shape. They win this one 49-27.
Las Cruces Bulldogs hosting the Cleveland Storm Thursday night. Storm coming off a blowout win against Clovis, while the Dogs are coming off a win against the Rio Rancho Rams. Early in the first, Dogs hand it off to Daniel Amaro, who gets by one defender, sheds another for nice gain. Storm with the ball, it's QB Hatch, he drops back, keeps this one deep. The leaping grab from Jacob Maldonado, somersault to the goal line. Storm would score moments after. In the second half, Storm driving again, Hatch also looking deep, but this time landed the hands of Kai Villegas for the Dogs. However, the Dogs wouldn't be able to capitalize. Late in the fourth, Storm only up by 3. Knock it on the goal line, hands it off to Isaiah Yanis for the short touchdown. Storm would take this high-scoring game, 35-25. Now to Class 5A with the top 2 matchup, according to Max Preps, between the Lovington Wildcats and the Roswell Coyotes. After winning the 4A state title last year, the Wildcats are riding high, starting 3-0 and being picked as the #1 team in the class.
Now, the Coyotes finished 12-1 last year and went to the state title game tonight, looking to improve to 3-0. We spoke with both coaches about tonight's showdown.
Roswell High is a great football team. Their defensive line is one of the best in the state of New Mexico. I truly believe that the key to us winning is great play for us by our offensive and defensive line. They want to run the football. If our defensive line is disruptive and allows our linebackers to make plays, then that'll help us a lot.
They're a quality team, man. Like offensively, they're about as, they're a really innovative offense. It's a college offense. Our kids know what to expect. We're kind of a little disrespected. We kind of feel like we were disrespected. I mean, for us to come in here ranked 3 in the state, coming off that season, our kids have kind of took that chip and put it right square on their shoulder. And
love these traditions, just love them. From the pregame buildup, we go to showdown here at Brian Urlacher Field. Lovington's first possession leads to a 4-yard touchdown run by Ondalis Cardenas. Number 0 puts up 6 on the board to give the Wildcats a 7-zip lead. And then later in the first, on the Roswell 38, Lovington QB Matthew Prudencio. Quick pass to Javier Chaparro. He picks his way all the way down to the 1. Leads to another touchdown by Cardenas to make it 14-0. Kyle's trailing 21-0 in the second, but knocking on the door. Zy Carrasco keeps it and reaps it. Boy, they needed that. Now down 21-6. And then later in the second, the Wildcats, they march again and turn their drive into a Prudencio touchdown pass to Elijah Rivero. Wildcats take a 28-6 lead into the half, and Lovington goes on to defeat Roswell 35-21 to stay perfect at 4-0. Now to Bulldog Stadium, Artesia's dog pile delayed about 30 minutes because the Deming bus, it broke down, and Artesia had to send buses to pick up the Wildcats. All right, let's get it going. Opening kickoff, why not? Bulldogs receive near side of the 10, and they're going to throw a reverse on them, and tearing down the near side is Bryce Para with the convoy blockers. Watch him stiff arm a tackler at the 40. It's a 92-yard opening return. Artesia out to the 6-0 lead. Great start to this one. Now 12-0 to start the second quarter. Bulldogs throw a flare pass to Ethan Kahn. Well, Artesia takes a 19-0 lead eventually in this game. Deming struggling to find some offense, needs a play, down 22 points. This is Ryan Alfaro weaving through the defense, taking it 38 big ones. Well, they're on the board now, down 22-6, and the ensuing kickoff is punched kind of short here, taken at the 26, and the Bulldogs run a misdirection handoff. The ball's coming near side, and it's Ethan Kahn breaking a couple tackles, going down the sideline, and the Bulldogs return a second kick for a touchdown tonight. Artesia goes up 29-6 and is leading Deming 64-27 right now in the fourth quarter of play.
Now to our final game of the night, the Class 4A matchup between Bernalillo and Moriarty. We start in the second quarter with the Spartans driving. Uriel Castro rolling out of the pocket, looking to make a play and would find the freshman Nathan Insidious with a diving catch. Spartans on the move. 2 plays later, Uriel dropping back, instead decides to do this thing on his own. Got a ton of daylight, slicing his way into the end zone. Spartans up big, 21-zip. Spartans now, they're driving again, and this time Uriel doing it with his arm. He did it all. Finds Says who catches it. It's back 2 Pinto players would take this one all the way to where, Ron? To where? To the house.
The house. Where else?
Spartans run away with it 42-0.
Next on the rundown, stepping up during a shortage. We'll show you how one of New Mexico United's very own is helping out in a different official capacity.